Shall we start? No? Ladies first?
No, say it, because I think it sounds really nice with your accent.
What, Archwell Audio?
Yeah.
Archwell Audio.
I mean...
Really?
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Today is December 17, 2022. It is 4:09 a.m. I start late, completely late. Yesterday, I was completely off. I was just lazy, completely lazy. So, before in this video, well, I'm probably gonna have maybe 2 or 3 videos with different topics. But this morning, before I gave the computer up, my mind was into Sistah Space. You know, what's her name? Nayogi. I forgot her name. The lady who was invited to Kensington Palace and she was faced with racism and stuff like that. My mind was on her all day. All day. I was thinking about her. And throughout the week, she was trending. Either her name or the charity that she runs was trending. And sometimes I click on it and the amount of vile things that were being said about her, I couldn't really share them with you. They were just too much. So today, for some reason, I was thinking about her and I decided to post something. And very rarely I create posts. I usually respond to tweets or back up some of the squaddies who's doing the fight, who bring some important points. I'll back them up when the haters come, but very rarely I start a tweet. All right, so this one I started it, and then some of them came after me, and then I don't know what happened to their tweets after I respond to them. Okay, so this is the tweet. All right, there's me here. I see a Sistah Space is being investigated, and I put this down here. And I see Sistah Space is being investigated all of a sudden. I hope young people stand up against unfairness of the UK. You have royals who have nothing important to do but keep taking, I point down here, but Charles taking cash. Okay, keep taking cash from OBL family. That's Osama bin Laden. Reminder, Sistah Space provides support to women victims of domestic violence. Okay, and I point here. And I had touched this topic before. Even before I knew Sistah Space was even available, was there. It was during one of those football match, and I was reading some of the stuff, and I find out that during big major soccer match, football match in the UK, a lot of women get abused. So I had covered this before on my channel. So this, when I know that this is what Sistah Space, the kind of support she was providing, it crossed my mind a lot. So today I was ready to post something. All right, so these are the screenshots that I post. All right, Prince Charles accepting £1 million from Osama bin Laden family and all of this. You could read it. And then this is me posting what some of domestic abuse statistics that happen in the UK. All right, and England and Wales, domestic abuse is at its highest ever. Okay, a call is made every 30 seconds to police about abuse. In 2017, domestic abuse cost the economy £66 billion. 66% of abusive partners also directly harm their own children. 70 to 90% of family court cases involve domestic abuse. It's estimated 1 in 3 remains unreported. Domestic violence or abuse is life throughout all cultures, race, sex, religion, and age. 2 women in a week lose their lives at the hands of a partner or ex, which increased to 5 a week in lockdown in England and Wales. Okay, so which was recently. Okay, in 2017, because the lockdown, during COVID and stuff like that. In 2017, 87% of those who were murdered at the hands of a current or ex-partner were killed within 1 month of leaving. This is huge. Okay, 1 in 3 women, 1 in 5 children, and 1 in 6 men will experience abuse in their lifetime. It takes an average of 7 attempts to finally leave an abuser and an average of 32 incidents to seek help. Okay, so this is the statistics that were happening. Okay, and this is why Sistah Space was available to women who need the support and help. All right, I'm not saying, well, whatever I was aware of. And I think I continue and put the link here. All right, domestic abuse in England and Wales overview November 2021. Figures in domestic abuse from police recorded crime in a number of different organizations. All right, so this is a screenshot, but I think on the next tweet I posted their links. All right, so there's me here putting they are being investigated just because she spoke out. Because she spoke out of her experience at the Kensington Palace, and then they throw that curveball at her regarding the investigation. This is what was happening to me this morning. It was crossing my mind all day throughout the night when I was editing, and I said I had to do something. All right, so 5 people like it, 1 retweet, and this is the link of the website that I was talking about. Okay, and there's some people who came in, yeah, haha, you're funny. Okay, you think my thing was funny. I left it alone, leave it alone. All right, so they came after me. Okay, but accounts filled by a charity appear to have some numerical error and consistencies and do not appear to have had an appropriate independent examination. The commission should probably reject. If as a sister soldier wants to continue, it needs to comply with British law. Yes, yeah, I understand that, but there's me coming here. Prince Andrew police investigation dropped. Challenge every possible loophole he could think of. That's in the US. Okay, he paid off a woman he claimed he never met. Keep crying wolf. All right, there's me putting receipt here. All right, he's targeting his brother who can't speak out. There's a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan, but no evidence has been produced. Okay, let me let you listen to it. It's 1 minute and 39 seconds. With these people, you need to bring receipt with them. They love to plant stuff on people, and I really believe the investigation was thrown at her so they could scare her and probably create some sort of example out of her for the next time. Whoever think is gonna speak against the royal family, this is what could happen. All right, so why all of a sudden there's an investigation when she spoke out? How come? How long Sistah Space have been in existence? Go look it up, because I'm not gonna look it up. Go look it up. So how come there was nothing before that until she experienced this at Buckingham Palace? All right, so this is the thing here regarding Harry and Meghan and things being produced to plant against them. All right,
I think
let's start all over.
Now riding this media tiger.
Yeah.
He's
I've read some comments yesterday. People hate when I stop in between videos. Just know my channel is not here to just show you videos of other people. I have to comment on it. If you are new, I'm just letting you know. I did respond to the comment, but those who are new, who probably seeing this video for the first time, any video clips that I've shown that's not mine, I have to stop in between. Whatever thought process that I have and thing that I do, I need to pause and share it with you to interrupt the video that I'm sharing with you. If you want to see it without me saying a damn thing, go search for it on YouTube on their specific platform. But for me, I have to stop in between. Otherwise, YouTube is gonna either block the video or prevent me from making money off of my videos. Time is money. If I'm gonna do the video, I might as well make a penny off of it. All right, so I'm being clear with you. All right, let's listen.
Making allegations, although it's about the media and the institution, he's actually targeting his brother who can't speak out. It's like...
But allegations without evidence, I think, is one of the issues, because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
It's pretty wild memory, but awesome.
In the whole 6 episodes.
What it means is that a senior figure in the royal household, according to Mail on Sunday, was passing him information in order to help defeat the Duchess's case.
Of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
How accurate or inaccurate were those stories about her treatment of staff in 2018?
Those stories were false.
The Duchess's lawyer spoke to me with Meghan's permission.
This narrative that no one could work for the Duchess of Sussex, that she was too difficult at demanding a boss, and that everyone had to leave, is just not true.
Of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
Royal household about someone who was, at the time at least, a very senior member of the royal family. Meghan was married to the 6th in line to the throne. And, you know, this is very serious indeed. But one other thing that I've learned is that whilst this bullying claim was submitted by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace, by their then chief communications officer, the head of comms at Kensington Palace. The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
There was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan.
The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
But apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
The staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
In the whole 6 episodes.
And when they found out, they asked for it to be rescinded. So we've got quite a difficult story here about a bullying complaint, and yet the staff involved, it appears, or so I'm told, didn't even know.
Example out of her for the next time. Whoever think is gonna speak against the royal family, this is what could happen. All right. So why all of a sudden there's an investigation when she spoke out? How long have been in existence?
That may have been one of the things that upset her, and of course the photographs were a setup. The photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Allegations without evidence, I think, is one of the issues, because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
Against Meghan, but apparently, I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced in the whole 6 episodes.
The Allegations of bullying that Meghan faced in the workplace, in the royal workplace at the palace, are somewhat complex because we talk about allegations and accusations. We've heard the word bullying thrown around. In fact, even the palace put that on a press statement when they announced they were launching an internal investigation. What we haven't heard are any examples or anecdotes to back up these claims. And
the staff involved didn't know that had been submitted.
And, you know, when we spoke to many of the sources that helped us throughout this book, people who are for and some who are even not particularly on the side of the Sussexes, no one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
No one was able to give any information that supported or backed up those claims of bullying.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted against Meghan, but apparently I haven't watched the last 2 episodes, but our producer said that actually there's no evidence produced.
When we dug into it even further, we found out that the individual who had made the claims of bullying in the workplace at the palace was sort of speaking on behalf of a few others in the workplace. This was a concerned boss. He was the private secretary to the couple and to William and Kate, who had written to the Human Resources Department to air his concerns over how staff were feeling. Now, what we detail in the book, and I've already gone into detail with in the past as well, was that 2 of these individuals, when they heard that that complaint was made, immediately went to their boss and asked for the information to be rescinded.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
They wanted to take back any allegations of bullying. So that leaves a few question marks over what these bullying allegations are. We've yet to hear actually what happened.
Because there was a lawyer who said, I've seen evidence of stories being planted.
No one's come forward with that information, and the palace say that the investigation continues. We may not hear anything until next year.
That the case?
No, absolutely not. No, I mean, and if we're talking about why this whole, Harry Meghan thing started, it started because several years ago, if you cast your mind back, the Queen was and always will be the most popular royal, but second to that was Harry. It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And
well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
It wasn't William and Kate. It was not William and Kate. And when Harry and Meghan became such a popular couple, it put everybody's noses out of joint.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
The establishment wanted to retain the monarchy as it was. To boost William and Kate.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
And the media, the Daily Mail and the Telegraph in particular, fed those lines.
Well, I agree with everything until you said the last bit. I think that somebody in the palace.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So,
I think that somebody in the palace decided to take them down a peg or two, and it went too far. Absolutely. But it's all history now, isn't it?
But it's not history because, for instance, if you take the media on, as Dawn will know, you
never win.
If you never win, but the media will always be at war with you, and the Daily Mail does everything drip, 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 poison.
And it's not like Harry and Meghan never use the media, of course.
I learned from a very early age that the incentives of publishing are not necessarily aligned with the incentives of truth. My experience, I guess, has been more pre-social media around the UK press, who sadly conflate profit with purpose and news with entertainment. And they don't report the news, they create it. And they've successfully turned fact-based news into opinion-based gossip with devastating consequences for the country.
just a lawyer saying, I've seen the evidence. And you wonder why.
That wasn't court document, okay? They were talking about the copyright case.
That evidence hasn't been
Is Harry doing
presented.
the right thing?
Well, look, I sit here as somebody who hasn't watched it, so I'm sort of slightly reluctant to comment
But I
on it
think
in
you
any
speak
great
for millions
detail.
who will
But
turn their back on it.
Look, I start from the premise that when Meghan came into the royal family, I thought she was a breath of fresh air, as I think many people did.
Yep.
Now, yes, the media did turn on them both. After a while, that is absolutely true. Was that encouraged by certain courtiers in the palace? Probably it was. That's the way these things work and have done over the decades. Now, I think Harry is beating himself up a bit. I think he said this in the documentary, that he didn't prepare Meghan properly
It's a huge
for her
mea
role.
culpa in some ways.
But the thing is, we have to understand, the institution is in existence because they claim, this is my understanding from someone from the outside, they're there to do charitable work, charities, right? Isn't that what they're there for? So Harry, who's been doing that, and Meghan, who has been doing charitable work way before.
How did you find a way to run from the city of the sun? You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Okay, she met me, Harry. So that was a great fit. But what happened here is that people got jealous because more people were for them. Because they were actually doing the work. Harry and Meghan were actually doing the work. And then the royal family hate that. They want that kind of adoration, the love, and all the things that Harry and Meghan were getting. So what's there to prepare? We can't prepare anybody for how other people's gonna react to your way of doing things. There's no way. There is absolutely no way Harry could have prepared Meghan for this.
Meghan, Harry! You look so beautiful, girl! I love you both! I love you too, Harry!
There's no way. There is absolutely no way Harry could have prepared Meghan for this.
Step back!
Stop! Guys, stay. We don't want to be any closer.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Harry, over here.
Harry, what do you think about destroying the royal family? Meghan! You destroyed the royal family! Meghan, look this way! Meghan!
There's no way. There is absolutely no way Harry could have prepared Meghan for this.
Right, let's close it.
However, the royal family decided, the royal family decided to smear her name to stop the good thing that Harry and Meghan were doing because they wanted that for themselves. They wanted that for themselves. When in fact they are freaking lazy. They were not doing a damn thing. When in fact they are freaking lazy. They were not doing a damn thing.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
This is the problem. Okay?
Do you see any scenario by which Harry and Meghan overshadow Kate and
Oh,
William?
yes, I do. I do. I mean, this is immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
I don't know. Even a psychic cannot predict how each and every single individual is gonna react to some things that somebody's gonna do. There is absolutely no way. Okay? So people, as much as the royal family wants to be loved, okay, if you're doing shady stuff, nobody likes shady stuff. You taking money, cash of money from people who's doing unethical things, and you want people to applaud you for that, and then you receive taxpayers' money. Charities are closing off. What are you doing that not too standard for it to be afloat? Meghan came in a few minutes. I literally have to say a few minutes. Her charities are still open. She came with ideas to make them self-sustain, where they don't really need other people's money unless there's some rough time. Okay? So how come the royal family don't do that with the other charities that they're running? Okay? So this is the thing. Harry will never be able to prepare Meghan for that. As much as anybody prepare, you cannot prepare anybody how other people's gonna react. The same way where they say when you see an animal, you can't really know how they're gonna behave or something like that. You treat every animal the same way as if they're gonna attack you, just in case. Alright, so there's no way. And I like the fact that he said he didn't see the video, the documentary, and I love the fact that he doesn't come up as if he's gonna go and automatically bash Harry and Meghan. So I like his approach. That's a good approach. All right, I'm gonna move it back so we start.
I think he said this in the documentary that he didn't prepare Meghan properly
It's a huge
for
mea
her role.
culpa in some ways.
So I think he's struggling with coping with that. She's clearly a very strong woman. She wants to put her side of the story over. You can't blame her for that.
Thank you.
But it's just rather unedifying, I think. And I think they're losing the war of public opinion, even in the United States now, where she has always enjoyed a lot of support. That support seems to be dissipating.
Wait a second. It's finished, by the way. But wait a second. Her telling her truth, her side of the story, I'm still supporting her. I'm in the US, and I think it was necessary. How is she enjoying? The Netflix documentary came out. I don't see her come out and saying anything. She went to receive her award. That's it. What is he talking about in that part? This is the curveball they always have to throw. I'm gonna form about here. I want to know where Meghan is coming out to enjoy the thing. There's those awards she went to, the RFK award. What else did she went out and do? I don't know. What other thing did she do before the documentary? William went to the US to do his award show, but Netflix decided to the preview around that time. It's not Harry and Meghan's fault. But I don't know what other places that Harry and Meghan have gone to where she's enjoying the thing. They dropped the documentary. People watch it. People talk about it. That's it. I don't hear Meghan or Harry saying anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. All right, but let's listen to that part where he threw the curveball.
The war of public opinion, even in the United States now, where she has always enjoyed a lot of support. That support seems to be dissipating.
Shouldn't she accept the support that she's receiving? But I don't see where she's doing it. But okay. So this was the thing that I threw in regarding the planted, stories on Harry and Meghan. All right. So we have to understand. Okay. Remember, this tweet is about the Sistah Space thing, but we have to remember the court case is done with. They don't want to bring other things to create new stuff. Okay, so the documentation of the copyright was done and settled with in court. We've seen stuff. I don't know if people have the right to go and get the court record. I don't know. Probably they do. All right. Anybody who wants to see what was said can go and see it. All right. They could pretend as much as they can that they don't know, but we know. And I even, on my community board, I post the conversation between Meghan and Jason Kunoff. Right? So why will someone who worked for William to insert himself on a case that has absolutely nothing to do with William or the firm? It was between Meghan and the newspaper. So you're telling me, why did this person have to come and insert themselves? Okay? So that's that. Now back to the Sistah Space thing, this thing here, and there's me here. The lies that come from KP, people looking straight into the camera, lying to people, and have a bullying claim mysteriously before the open interview.
The staff involved didn't know that it had been submitted.
But okay, why now? Okay, I really know this investigation is going to hammer that charity because, in my humble opinion, she doesn't have the fund to defend herself. Oh, she did come back, or he. Okay, I can see the thing. So that's the first tweet. This was mine. Now I'm continuing with Sistah Space. There's another tweet, and let's look at the time that I tweeted it. It was December 16 at 5:31 a.m. All right, so people didn't get up yet. So let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's this here. Okay, a statement from Buckingham Palace and Ngozi Fulani, founder of Sistah Space. All right, let's see here. If it's small, I'm not gonna read it. Yeah, it's kind of small. Let's read it anyway. Let's see. December 16. That was yesterday as well. A meeting took place this morning, 16 December, at Buckingham Palace between Ms. Ngozi Fulani, founder of Sistah Space, and Lady Susan Hussey to address the incident that took place at a palace reception last month. At this meeting, filled with warmth and understanding, Lady Susan offered her sincere apologies for the comments that were made and the distress they caused to Miss Fulani. Lady Susan has pledged to deepen her awareness of the sensitivity involved and is grateful to the opportunity to learn more about the issue in this area. Miss Fulani, who has unfairly received the most appalling torrent of abuse on social media and elsewhere, has accepted this apology and appreciate that no malice was intended. The royal household will continue their focus on inclusion and diversity with an enhanced program of work which will extend knowledge and training program examining what can be learned from Sistah Space. I'm laughing because you had Meghan in the freaking institution. They haven't done a damn thing about that. Instead, they double and quadruple down on their nonsense. But let me finish with that. Okay, as long Miss Susan's what's her name? Fulani accept her apology, that's all. And let's keep in mind as well, Prince Charles, King Charles, is gonna be coronated. Coronation is coming soon, so they have to do things, and they probably did that. They threw that investigation thing to scare her to have that meeting. This is how these people work. The same thing they did with what's that other royal? Is it not Netherlands? I keep on getting confused with Netherlands and Denmark. That's it. The wife of the Crown Prince and the one who was born in Australia. That. Okay, let's continue. The royal household will continue their focus on inclusion and diversity with an enhanced program of work which will extend knowledge and training programs, examining what can be learned from Sistah Space and ensuring these reach all members of their communities. Well, she is into, her thing is into abuse Okay, women who have been abused. I don't know. Maybe Kate. Well, let me take that back. I'll mute the word. Maybe some of the royal household should go and get some help from her. Okay, both Miss Fulani and Lady Suzanne asked now that they be left in peace and rebuild their lives in the wake of immensely distressing period for them both. And let's not forget also, I did not share them because they were too much. The amount of abuse that the trolls went into her, I don't know, on is it her website or on IG or something, where they had to close it down. I remember sharing Omid posts on that, and that's how I was aware that they were being abused. And when I see them were trending, I went and checked, and I saw the amount of abuse. All this is coordinated, okay? Coordinated in order for her to get to this moment here. All right, they scared the hell out of her, do all the abuse, okay, and then for them to come into this moment. Okay, and like Harry said, the media is a powerful force.
You looked out for me for so long, but the media is a powerful force.
They use that against people in the UK. Alright, they hope that the example shows a path to resolution can be found with kindness, cooperation, and the condemnation of discrimination wherever it takes root. Let's start from the royal family itself, what Meghan have experienced. They're pretending that never happened.
This woman existed. All the alarm bells rang at Buckingham Palace, and I could almost hear them saying, pull the shutters down. It's an invasion.
She's mixed race, she's American, she's a divorcee, actress. Those are 4 ticks. No member of the royal family, the senior members, ever thought they would see having to be ticked when it came to Harry's bride.
Let's start from the royal family itself, what Meghan have experienced. They're pretending that never happened.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep.
When racism as such, as a philosophy, kicked in, was as a direct reaction to the abolitionist movement. The abolitionist movement driven by some of the leading intellectuals of the day, as well as driven by hundreds of thousands of ordinary people in this kingdom who signed petitions after petitions and presented them to the House of Lords. When the abolition movement really kicked in from the 1780s onwards, the planters had to respond. And so this is where you get the most virulent imagery about brutal, pagan, bestial.
But the media is a powerful force.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep.
Black people in the literature and in the imagery.
Cartoons portraying black people as licentious and depraved began to circulate.
But the media is a powerful force.
The anti-abolitionist Edward Long wrote,
"The lower class women in England are remarkably fond of the blacks. In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people."
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep.
"This is a venomous and dangerous ulcer that threatens to disperse its malignancy far and wide until every family catches infection from it."
But the media is a powerful force.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep. I can hear Diana laughing now.
Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race. It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
That this woman existed, all the alarm bells rang.
Okay, it is the wish of both parties that at the end of the UN's 16th days of activism against gender-based violence, attention can now return to the important work of Sistah Space and supporting women affected by domestic abuse. Their Majesties, the King and Queen Consort, and other members of the royal family have been kept fully informed and are pleased that both parties have reached this welcome outcome. All right, this is just so fun, and I think Omid shared this, so I'm not gonna read it again. All right, there's this. See, they push out statement when they want. That's the thing too. Yep. All right, and they still haven't said anything about Meghan. Wow, I don't know where to begin. I'll just stay with this. I'm glad they commented on all the hate giving to Miss Fulani. Okay, this is the thing that I was saying. Okay, but see how quickly they kick into gear to protect that lady person. But 5 years later, still can't put anything out for Meghan and Harry. Harry was right.
That this woman existed, all the alarm bells rang. All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep.
In the course of a few generations more, the English blood will become so contaminated with this mixture as even to reach the middle and then the higher orders of the people.
There it is. They keep on proving themselves more and more. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a typical example of the constant gaslighting from the British monarchy. Harry and Meghan Netflix, yet they refuse to address the fraud and the big elephant in the room. Okay, wow, I don't even know where to begin. I'll just say this way. I'm glad commented on all giving. Alright, so that's the same thing they retweeted. Okay, I'm happy for Ngozi and Sistah Space to receive this rightful support at the same time. I feel like it was a slap to Harry and Meghan. The timing feels very calculated. Thank you! Very calculated. The palace has no problem with putting out a statement for who they want when they want. Exactly. It is. If it wasn't for the documentary putting the spotlight on them, they probably wouldn't have bothered showing any form of support. If their sentiment was genuine, they would have said something as soon as the attack against Ngozi started. Too little too late. That's the thing. This is what I assume. Okay, my humble opinion. They probably send their dogs to attack her and then do that investigation, okay, out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden probably say, we'll come and do this if you do that. This is my humble opinion. Okay, was the statement that William and Charles met with Harry and Meghan to understand the death threats against them and racial abuse, and that they've apologized and deepening their understanding of diversity and inclusion in their own damn family. Thank you. I don't know what these people think people are. When did you ever see cold hard stone deepen their understanding of anything? Alright, after this, that's it. Okay, with their history of putting people's name to document, can't really trust anything they put out. Okay, see, they push out statement when they want. Exactly. They late $1 short. Glad for Ngozi. This makes me so angry. They never defended Meghan or acknowledged the abuse on social media and tabloid. Probably Meghan have receipt, so they don't want to say anything. I guess they can make a statement when they want to. So are they going to stop attacking the charity? Thank you. I didn't even share it because it was just too much. I have to look out for my own mental health as well, because this was too much. I didn't even bother sharing it. All right, next tweet, and I think this is Omid. No. Oh, that's me responding to something. Okay, so this is where Omid thing came in, but I bookmarked mine. There's me saying here, I know, right? They scare her with a sudden investigation in exchange for PR, in my humble opinion. I tweeted something about that investigation. It smells something fishy. Second, I was aware of it, similar to the bullying. All right? I read my my tweet that I make reference here to, and let's start with Omid here, and then I'll respond to that. Update. Lady Susan Hussey met with Sistah Space founder Ngozi Fulani at Buckingham Palace this morning. A source says Ms. Fulani accepted Hussey's apology and appreciate that no malice was intended. King Charles has been informed and is grateful for the welcome resolution. Alright, and she responded to that. Okay, what both will do to ensure that the hate directed towards Sistah Space stops. Otherwise, this is just again using black pill for good PR, as Charles and his propaganda do usual. I'm not the only one who see the thing between. Alright, let me go into that and read some of the comment, and then not much. Alright, so this is the same thing that I just read. I'm not gonna read it. Okay, per statement, the pair hope the example shows a path to resolution can be found with kindness, cooperation, and condemnation of discrimination wherever it takes. Alright, so that's that. And that they are meeting together and stuff like that. And this is the thing I just read. Okay, so what happened to the charity? Did they call off the attackers? Alright, so she's admitted to the racism. I hope all those who attack Sistah Space will learn her alone. Will learn her alone? I guess we'll leave her alone. Okay, it won't change the fact that this lady and her charity was subjected to such hate and abuse. All right. So what's going on with the investigation? I posted something about her charity this morning. Yep. Some came for me, but when you respond with facts and screenshot, you have nothing to worry about. Okay, why they meeting at Buckingham Palace? Thought she had been sacked. That's another thing too. This is just so fun because Charles wants to look good leading up. Okay, leading up to why would you say that? Leading up to the coronation. All right, so this is the last one that I have regarding Sistah Space. Okay, these mother effers. Now what? Okay, just seen the BP statement that Hussey apologized to Ngozi Fulani. They also acknowledged the abuse Ms. Fulani received online and in public. They could do this for her, but not Meghan and Archie.
All the things that frightened the royal family have suddenly arrived on their doorstep.
F these people. All right, I do hope that means people leave her alone now that the Charity Commission dropped its investigation. You see, I wasn't even aware of that. It was some BS they threw out there. I was right. They threw the investigation to make her go and meet with that lady for that dumb fucking PR. That's all it is. Okay, I have a bad feeling about this. I think she had been silenced. Watch her do something with Camilla. Yep, my thought exactly. That's it. Alright, so I'm done with this. Alright, let me throw a prayer because I don't want this to be mixed with the other one. Prayer for, I don't know, freedom is coming. Freedom, light, shine. I don't know. I'm just putting this word that came to mind. Alright, guide us, O God, by your word and Holy Spirit, that in your light we may see light, and your truth find freedom, and in your will discover peace through Christ our Lord. Amen. Let's do you know what, for the sake of it, I'm just gonna put this picture. That's it. Alright, so that's it. I'm gonna do another video. The next video is gonna start with this. Let me show you. It's gonna start with this. That's the tweet. This isn't journalism.
Difficult sometimes to keep a straight face. When the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in.
All the things that frightened the royal family.
So I said, what an extraordinary remark to make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened, and there was a gorilla.
Meghan's marrying into a family which has, to put it mildly, a dodgy track record on race.
And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping, he had short body, long arms. And I had the most appalling trouble.
It's not Meghan Markle's problem, it's their problem.
Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And yeah, that's it.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.